Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. Day 37, back at the T5 manual. Picked up a couple of things from the junkyard. Going to try to get it together and fire up here, hopefully within an hour. Down on there, man. This ain't about me. Okay, you got the new seal on the oil cooler line. These are the clips. It has a wedge side with the flare on it. That goes against the radiator. The side without the flare goes on the line. So you work that over the line, pop it on there. Let me spread it open a little bit with my finger, enough to get it started over there, or you could use a little screwdriver. Get that cranked over there.
Don't forget.
Stop on the one side, work the other side open. It popped off. Let me try it again.
Brand new seal.
One side there. Other side open. Gosh dang it, keeps coming off that side. Got the one side open. Alright. Now it's locked on there where it turns totally around. Now you place it over the connector on the radiator. Just kind of massage it in because you don't want to damage your seal. You could wet it if you want with some oil until you hear both sides click on. So now it clicked on both sides. That should never come out. Some people zip tie them as a safety precaution. I don't. So some people put a worm clamp on them. I don't. It's up to you. Everything's going together real well. We got the radiator in place, all that stuff. We have the cooling fan in place, just about all the vacuum hooked up, the turbo tubes in place. Now I'm rigging up and adjusting the hood latches. I got the mud flap part of it riveted back in. I need to get the wheel turned so I can put those last two rivets in there. My buddy is gone for now. Then we're going to change that upper mount that got destroyed in the accident, and work on a couple more things and fire this car up. When you're putting this hood latch assembly back in, you want to throw both latches, latch them on both sides of the vehicle. Then you want to go inside and pull the cable to make sure they both release before you try to close this hood and not be able to get it open. So do that 2 or 3 times before you close the hood down. Now I have these latches in the slots adjusted as high as I can, and I'll adjust them down if they don't pull the hood down close enough to the front of the car. Okay, we got everything together. Andy's going to prime the fuel system since the car hadn't been started in a few months. Turn your headlights off. Right. Alright, well you need to cut those. Alright, they're off now. Cut them off. Alright, now he's going to try to crank it. Hold it down till it starts. No compression. Hold the gas pedal down. Put the parking brake on or it won't work. Alright, go ahead and crank it for 20 seconds if you can. Alright, let it go. He has no compression. We have to wet the cylinders. Okay, we wet the cylinders. He's going to try to fire it up again. Oh my gosh. Pushing the clutch might help. Yep. You got the gas pushed in? Alright. Just hold it down. Alright, gonna have to swap batteries. Round 3. And it started. Look at the smoke, folks. It had the lawnmower syndrome. Keep it going for about 30 seconds. I'm gonna deactivate the jumper cables. Alrighty, she's purring on her own now. He should be good to go. Look at your headlights. Woohoo! You want me to cut the other ones off too?
No.
Okay. All right. Woo. He's up and running. We're going to close the hood, see if the hood closes and opens back up, and he'll be good to go. The sound that you now hear is a lifter ticking. That is usually a result of oil starvation. 9 times out of 10, when you hear that, that means your oil is low. Looks like one of the last jobs on my tour here is going to be a timing belt on a 960. One of my favorite cars, so that'll be a pleasure to do. I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's about to get dark, and the mosquitoes are ferocious out here in Arkansas. So let me go ahead and get started on this timing belt. I usually pull this fan to get this timing belt off, but heck, there seemed like more room here than I have on the 850, so I'm going to try to do it this time without pulling that fan. But I'm going to make note of my serpentine belt routing, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that serpentine belt and this off the front of the car real quick. There is some evidence of some kind of leakage down there, so maybe the water pump is starting to leak, and he has been getting a low coolant light and losing coolant, so maybe that's it. Could be something else. I'll glance around, but in the meantime, I am going to replace that water pump. So let me reach down here and turn this crank with the harmonic balancer, line up the timing marks, which it looks like somebody's marked the mark there. There's a red mark there, and I'll put that on the mark in the cover, which is a lot tighter than the 850 cover. If that's it, we'll have it on mark, good to go, ready to remove the tensioner and get the guard off the bottom of the timing belt to get this timing belt off already. Okay, this 960 has a lot of oil on top of the head, so the breather system or the flame trap on this is clogged. I'm going to try to clean that out. Okay, this 960, the peak of the crank sprocket is just barely off that mark. Come up here, I got the belt tight on the driver's side of the motor. That mark and that mark are just before the cover marks there, so those marks are pretty much perfect. With understanding the crank, I got the belt on the water pump, on the pulley. Now I'm going to pull a hand grenade pin after I wiggle the belt a little bit more on this water pump. Now I'm going to pull that hand grenade pin, then I'm going to roll the motor over and double check my timing marks, and I'll be done with this 960 timing belt. I did not pull the fan. It was easier for me to pull the 2 screws out of the top of the fan, pivot the fan out of the way, stick my third in there, and roll that crank over to make sure my timing was right than it was for me to try to reach down there and roll it over by hand. So I checked the timing, it's right. I'm going to put the coolant back in it and clean up the top of the engine, clean out the flame trap. 60 back together. It does have an issue with some oil, and the oil's making it to the bottom of the vehicle, and the oil is getting on these coolant lines. These are 2 coolant lines here going into this oil filter housing. These coolant lines are super soft. They need to be replaced ASAP before they explode and leave this car stranded somewhere with a blown head gasket. Wrapped up day 37. I finished that timing belt on the 960. I checked the XC90, had a window auto up, auto down issue. Also had problems with the washer fluid, washing the windshield. When we opened the hood, put the windshield washer on, the fluid just sprayed out on the engine because one of the joints just under the sprayer had come apart, maybe frozen during the winter, and caused that system to leak. At any rate, I thought that was it for day 37. Went back to the hotel like 12:30 at night or in the morning, however you look at that. Turns out there was somebody at the hotel with a disabled vehicle, helped them get on their way, and that ended my day 37. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.